At the time I wrote the song, everything was about change at that time. Everybody wanted change. There was, obviously the election was going on, so that came to my mind.
No one comes out and says, I don't really want to change that much. Everyone's always saying, I'm going to change the church, I'm going to change our country, I'm going to change whatever.
And I kind of wanted to take it back and bring out the concept of what Christ actually did for us as far as change.
No matter who listens to it, they can draw something different out of it. And I kind of take it, you can take the Jesus factor of, Jesus died for our sins and he really changed the world, or you can take it from, I do see this video and this song as something that even like the military could use,
The music video for Mr. Optimist came about. We had started talking, we finished the recording, and we had all started talking, the six of us, about what song we were going to use as the lead single off the record. And, I really felt that Mr. Optimist was the strongest song for single off this album.
Me and Bill, the director of Mr. Optimist, used to work together.
I'd learned that Edwin was a drummer in a band, and at the time he wasn't with The Opposed, he was with a different band.
And he told me he did videos.
I had done music videos for like pop artists and R&B artists and like indie acoustic people, but I've never actually done a rock video.
Bill kept harassing, and the band decided, hey, let's do this. We want to do a music video. We want to do it for the song Mr. Optimist. And so I contacted Bill, and we went there. We met at Starbucks.
We had a number of different meetings where we just discussed different concepts and ideas, and Brian always had this idea of a little boy that's wearing like a suit and tie and everything, almost like he's running for office, and he kind of is standing on a soapbox of sorts, preaching to whoever will listen, and nobody's listening, and everybody's just walking past him on the streets and ignoring him.
After coming up with the video concept and working it out with him in the meeting and talking it out with the guys, I was fearful that all the different expectations and stuff that I had in my own mind about what the video would be, would wind up being diffused by everybody coming up with different ideas of what would look cool at this particular spot and stuff.
And I didn't know Bill. I met him a couple times. I didn't get a chance to really see any of his work until later, and so I had no idea, what could be done with this. So I was kind of skeptical at first. I had actually heard of someone doing a country video a few years ago at the Sheridan that I was working then, and so I thought that might be a cool idea if we went up on the garage.
I went down there one day with Matt. I looked at the rooftop of this parking garage, and it was awesome. I mean, you could see all the buildings of downtown Nashville in the background, and it was just this great place where the wall of the parking garage was just low enough where it didn't block all the scenery in the background.
Nashville's a pretty iconic city. I mean, for all genres of music, but especially Christian music, and being able to be right in the middle of it with, the city behind us. And
yeah, the shots of Nashville behind us look absolutely amazing, and there's not really any video that looks like it, I don't think.
This is the view behind the shot, actually. Looks pretty sweet. 8 stories up.
We started on a Saturday at 9 in the morning on the rooftop of this parking garage, which it's at the Sheridan Hotel, which is a hotel. There's people staying there, people sleeping there, and so on and so forth. And it wasn't the only hotel. There was at least, I think, 2 or 3 hotels that were within, earshot of where we were shooting.
9 o'clock in the morning, you hear a bunch of bass drum and the loudest snare probably you've ever heard in your life, and cymbals, and music playing. It's kind of funny to see people looking out of the hotel windows and going, what's going on over there, and people are waving.
You could just hear the sounds of the drums bouncing off and echoing off the buildings downtown.
For me, I think the most important person to thank is Lil Mason. To have a kid give up a couple of, basically a whole day of his summer to come out and be a part of this, and His parents were so gracious, and they came out to the shoot, and they spent the entire day.
It was easy to work with him. I mean, I would tell him that I needed him to walk, holding the crate, and with this kind of aggressive look on his face, and he would do it, and he was fine with it.
I look at Mason and I was like, all right, you ready? He's like, okay. You can tell he's kind of scared. I think he knew it was coming. And I was like, well, you want me to scream for real in your face? And he goes, so I just acted it out for him.
We had a number of extras show up that day, which was awesome. Some of my friends, some of the band's friends.
A lot of my friends came out, which I'm very grateful. Some friends from where I used to work. My girlfriend came out, her sister came out.
Then it started to rain, which we thought at first that it would be cool to shoot in the rain, but it was getting equipment wet, it was getting, their instruments wet, and they were worried about the instruments getting ruined, obviously.
It rained quite a bit, actually, to where we had to stop shooting a couple hours early, I believe. Mr. Optimist, day 2. We didn't get day 1 because we didn't have the video camera. It went really well. Probably had 20 extras-ish and got all our stuff shot with Mason, who is our main character, and Matt just swung a microphone over my head and it got kind of scary.
Day 2, got up just as early.
I got up a half hour
Got
later.
here just as late.
Yeah, exactly.
It was actually really cloudy when we first started shooting. And as the day went on, it got progressively sunnier to the point where a lot of the band was sunburnt, including myself.
So we all got just burnt to a crisp.
Hey Evan,
I'm burning.
This is the best part right here.
woohoo!
I'm glad I don't have to throw my bass anymore.
We had a computer problem where we had to get all the information off the most expensive camcorder I've ever seen in my life, and try to put it on a computer. But that computer, I believe, was missing something that had to transfer into it. So I grabbed my laptop. We were trying to download stuff to that at the Renaissance Hotel free Wi-Fi, and that didn't work. And it was probably like a 4 or 5 hour little ordeal.
This sucks, but we're gonna do it. It's gonna happen.
Due to technical difficulties, where me and Brian are just kind of screwing around. We're trying to get the drivers done for the video camera to computer. So
Up on the 8th floor of the Sheridan parking lot, Nashville, Tennessee.
We probably spent 3 or 4 hours just trying to get the equipment fixed because things were wrong with the equipment. But we did, and we continued to shoot over and over again, and I really worked the guys quite a bit.
All right, rolling.
Ready?
Do it.
We would do it in normal speed, and we would do it in slow motion, but playing the song at an accelerated rate.
It was fun because I actually kind of took it as like an excuse to really practice and kind of my own little milestone to see if I could actually play it that fast. And for the most part, I ended up kind of being able to, except for a few parts at the beginning.
Man, hearing myself as a chipmunk. Yeah. The screams are so funny to me. I think CJ is my favorite chipmunk. My part was the easiest, you can lip sync as fast as you want, I think Edwin had the hardest job in trying to play at that speed.
My hands kept up, my feet did not, but it was fun.
It's gonna be awesome.
we're really happy with the way the video turned out. We're really really pleased with it, and honestly, we're I don't know, I guess blown away would be the proper term.
I thought it was so cool how like the end result of the video pretty much takes exactly what was in my mind and puts it on screen for you.
At our level where we can't really, you know, afford a whole lot, you know, doing something like a video, it just seems like it could either be really awesome, you know, if the idea works out and the production is good, or it's going to be, you know, Cheese Fest 2000 making Green Bay jealous. You know, once I saw some of those first few shots after a while, like, I was getting pretty excited about it.
Based on the reception we've had from people, you know, it's kind of the same reception with our EP. You know, our friend Jesse did it for not much money, but we've just been blessed enough to where people listen to it and they're just shocked by how good it is. And it's been the same way with the video. You know, people are just blown away by how it turned out.
Everybody did a great job for it being their first music video, and a lot of times when you work with musicians, they'll sometimes be very picky about certain things with the video. They'll pick at it and, you know, I want to change this. No, wait a second, I want to change this, and it's kind of a back and forth, and it could be a headache a lot of times for a director or somebody working on the video. And they weren't that way. They were open for whatever. I mean, I would just throw out suggestions like to Edwin, like, what if you twirl your stick, and, you know, stuff like that. And they were cool with every suggestion. They were just like, yeah, let's shoot that. Let's see how cool it looks, if it looks cool at all.
I enjoyed it. I know the guys enjoyed the experience.
Obviously, I want to thank Bill. He did an amazing job. I want to thank the band for letting me be in the band, first off. I mean, as lame as that sounds, it's like I don't think I could pick a better group of guys to be able to make music with and make a sweet video with.